What is up, guys? We're back. Last time got the seal in inner wheel bearing, seal in needle bearing on the spindle, the knuckle mounted back on, upper and lower ball joints in, axle shaft in with relevant U-joint seal and inner seal. So today we are finna mount the spindle back on the knuckle, and then hopefully set the hub back on and give her a couple of these and she'll be done. We're back. I got the old GP mounted and I got an AirPod in this time so you can't hear my music. We're gonna be using this high temp copper anti-seize. I would probably use the gray stuff if I had it, but I got this because it's a little bit better. 2000 F. Good for this high temp area with brakes and wheel bearings, especially considering on this it's all one big chunk, so heat soak is really real on this one. Now I'm gonna put this STUFF on hecka liberally,
because then the spindle will come off next time I'm inevitably in here.
Gonna give this just a couple kisses. Yeah, look at that nice grease anti-seize wombo combo. Just like that. Look at that. Oh. Look at that. Put that on the shoe, I guess. And then somewhere in here I got my nuts. 5 nuts. These are crushed nuts. They should be replaced every time they get used, but you know what they say, engineers just make that shit up for no reason. They don't even know what they're talking about. Actually, I was gonna get new ones. I just forgot to get them on my way home today. Put a little bit of anti-seize on there. Yeah, I'm gonna go grab the turd wrench so I can torque these down and then I'll be back. All right, some of you goobs be like, dude, Talon, you're putting anti-seize on this bolt that's literally holding your whole wheel on. That thing's gonna vibrate off. Not true. That's why they have torque specs. It doesn't matter if you put anti-seize on there or not. If it's torqued to the right number, it's not gonna matter. If you have lubricant on there when you're torquing it, provides a more accurate torque value, especially if you have some kind of lubricant underneath the head there, where you would have some contact resistance when it's spinning. If you don't believe me, and you want to take some random brand's word for it, go look on ARP's website and see what they recommend for torquing procedures on like head bolts. There's a reason they give you that graphite lube with all your studs, so. Oh yeah, this thing's fucking, oh man. I doubt that's above my 40 foot-pound torque spec, so we'll see. There you go. All right. Spindle officially on. Bang. All right, I'm gonna clean this thing up and then slide my jerk on. All right, I got the torque wrench and I was about to torque this down, and then I was like, dude, what's that sitting over there? Almost did a backing plate delete on this mug. So I have to take this off, take the spindle off, put that back on, and then put it back together. All right, well, I'm finna do that RQ, I guess. This is why I can't have nice things. I was just so excited to put this together. I forgot to put it all together. Man, these gloves are lubed up. If only I had a Pringles can right now. Man, there's like almost equally as much grease on the inside of these now. All right, I took all the stuff off. Yay. Am I gonna replace this backing plate because it's kind of like tearing because it's really rusty? No. Should I? Probably. Yeah. But you know what I like to do? Tear apart the same stuff multiple times so I can replace something that I usually could have the other time, but I just didn't. That's me. That's what I like to do. So we're just re-gooping our goop here. So snaz. I take a little bit more. I'll have what I'm having.
I'll have what I'm having.
Should be. Oh yeah, I'm good. Nice. All right, now, since I got this back off, I'm raw dogging it now. I lost the gloves. Put some more grease in them, because I can. Throw a little bit on the surface. Why not? Oh yeah. You know, I don't even know why I'm trying not to get all greasy at this point. Oh, this game's hard. You gotta line up the holes. Look at that. All right, time for my nuts. nuts, 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 nuts. Come on now, fingers, you can do it. Come on, fingers, you can do it. A little wipe action. All right. Man, this thing is so loud. It doesn't really do anything. Just kind of like asks them to get tight. One's like, will you get tight, please? But it's like, ah! Turd sequence. Oh, perfect. 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 Nice even torque sequence. I love that. Yay! Now I can put this chute back on. Get in there, you freaking bearing of wheel. Oh, dick balls. I gotta wipe that off again. I prefer to not have rust on my bearing surfaces, but what do I know? A little bit on the sealing surface. Let that bit of lube up nice. Just a little bit to help this thing slide on nice. All right, reach around, here I come. Nice. All right, so we have it back off once again. Forgot these little guys. So in true super tired after work fashion, taking it off yet again. So yeah, let's go. Got this custom washer here because this backing plate is rusty as nuts. You know, not really much to grab onto if I just use that little guy by himself. So here we are. Get these boys tightened down to their torque spec here. Click. Click. And then this bearing and shit's gonna go on for like the fucking 50th time. So let's go fire up. Okay. There we go. All right, that's all on. The parts are not in here anymore. Let's go. New bearing. Well, not new, but it's going in. Let's go. Put this guy in nice and straight. Wiggle. Get that taper seated. Nice. Nut with the tang. Remember, that's why we started this whole journey anyways, because that had to be in there. Oh, come on. Be so good to me.
How good?
Like you wake up in the morning, I'm right there being good to you.
Let's go. That's on. And then I take my big socket and I wipe off all of the rust that I don't want in it. This thing's fucked. I gotta go spray this off. Alright, at this point I got it in there and snug down. I just gotta get this bit relined up like that. And then we're gonna torque this to 50 foot-pounds and back off a quarter turn. Come here. Alright, right there. So, alright, my shit keeps running out of space because my SD card's like hecka full, but so then we got our nut with the pin sticking out. It's gonna line up with one of these. So I'm gonna line that pin up so it fits with one of these. This little groove, disco lights, let's go. That spindle is keyed, so this will slip into there and prevent that inner one from spinning. Yeah, so I'm gonna like straight up jork it, and by it, let's just say my peanuts. Oh my god, there's no way. It was perfectly lined up. That's insane. Rare working on your truck at home W. That's huge. All right, wipe off some of the rust on this guy. Maybe. Oh yeah, that's so good. Will you hold that? Thanks. Get this guy in here. All right, tight. And then now this one is gonna go to 150 pounds of the feet. And there's gonna be so much torque, this chassis is probably gonna twist when I back it out of here.
So much torque, the chassis twisted coming off the line.
Okay. Man, this would be so much easier if I had the tie rod connected because this thing wouldn't try and spin. Okay, I'm gonna put the tie rod in back on because that's like way too difficult. Right, we got the official cutting apparatus. Yoink. Get out of here. Goodbye. Back to the lobby. Get it. That looks like it's about this size. Yep, that's what I thought. About that size. Probably should replace this, but it's all right. I can get to this later. Not that hard. Okay. I'll come back to you. Okay. Nice, that was easy. All right, yeah. And then, I can slide this guy back in there. We got this on. Got the 2 snap rings on here. This is what will get pushed in by the 4-wheel lockout hub. When you twist it in, it pushes this in. With my hand pressing that in, as if the hub were in 4-wheel drive, it clicks into place. And then you'll notice our axle shaft is spinning as well. And then I let go and it's no longer spinning. The hub, like I said, lock free. So it's in lock. You see this is pushed out. If I bring it back to free, you'll see it sucks up. So this is what presses in here. And that's how you get your 4-wheel deal with the good old manual hubs. Put this guy on. Okay. Couple of love taps. Just perfect amount of room. All right, I'm gonna struggle with the rest of these tiny little cap head screws. So there was a little chunk of cotter pin still left in here, so I ripped the nut off quick and tried to use my Harbor Freight punch. That did not work. So I recently bought these from Home Depot. They're alright, but yeah. So this got it out. So now we can put the nut back on and put new cotter pin in. This is what you guys gotta get: a Jif jar of C-pins. So now I'm just gonna, actually this one, I'm just gonna find one that looks halfway decent, and then slap her in the old tie rod end. Voila, it is all back together. I still need to put the grease zerks in the upper and lower ball joints, but that's about it. I think you guys can see me. We're done. Got some grease zerks in on both sides here, or I should say top and bottom. They came with these fun little caps. I am very doubtful that those are going to stay on for any extended period of time, but they got them, so we'll put them on. Greased up all the other ball joint, tie rod ends, all that fun stuff while I was down here. You can see this is wet, this is wet. There was a lot of fluid leaking out of both of these areas when I pulled that axle shaft out and seal out, so I haven't had a chance to wash it up yet. Differential is topped off to where it's supposed to be. Truck is on its weight now, so that's exciting. Everything's buttoned up and ready for me to drive it down the road. We're done with this. Stay tuned and check out the valve train stuff. That one's actually interesting, aside of me just like struggling to use a slide hammer. There's no slide hammers in that series yet. I'm sure if I really want to, I can find a way to use it, and maybe I will.